Hey everyone, before we get started real quick, go ahead and drop those questions you got for me. And we'll get started in just a few minutes. Alright, since it's already 8 o'clock, I'm going to go ahead and get started. I'm going to try and make this really short. I do have a little kind of slideshow to go through over a lot of stuff, and it's probably going to be like a fire hose at y'all, so I'm sorry. There's going to be a lot of information, and I'll do the questions afterwards because I'm sure some of the questions y'all are going to ask me, I'm probably going to be answering through this whole slideshow. So, all right. And if I'm going too fast, please let me know. I don't want to go really fast that y'all don't get what's going on. All right. So I want to start with with what's going to be way before the storms. And what is going to be before the storm is going to be these non storms winds. And these winds are going to be about 40 to about 45 miles per hour. And this is going to be if you don't have your trash cans in, if you don't have your trampolines tied down, they are going to be flying to your neighbor's yard or even past that. So this is what I'm kind of worried about. This is where I have told y'all beforehand is go ahead and get things tied down. Today was a great day to get things tied down, to get those loose branches that are still kind of weak and hanging there from the ice storm, get those down and everything and ready to go. So it'll be easier for when those storms come tomorrow night. We'll have less wind and tree damage. So we are going to have a wind advisory in effect tomorrow, start about 1 p.m. and go all the way until Monday at 1 a.m. All right. I know this is from the National Weather Service at about 1:22 p.m. They will update this when the day one outlook will be introduced, and that will be about 1 a.m. and tomorrow morning. So from what I've seen, nothing's really changed yet, but we are under a level 3 out of 5 for severe storms risk. I know that sounds kind of scary, and I don't want to do this where y'all are going to be storm anxiety. I know a lot of people are like, Mackenzie, I have storm anxiety. It's sky high. No, you're gonna be okay. We'll get through this. So once again, this is a level 3, and what are the impacts? The main impacts are gonna be damaging winds up to 75 miles per hour, and there is a chance that we could have 80. So there is a medium tornado threat, but I want to kind of get into. I will show y'all kind of a weather model sounding that is for around Nashville and Sumner County, and I'll go into a little detail of why I'm not as concerned about tornadoes as I am with damaging winds. So once again, this is a level 3. So let's go into detail more about timing. So this is what the timing looks at right now. This can change, give or take 30 minutes, maybe an hour. And the National Weather Service will kind of clue in later tonight and even tomorrow. They do have a weather briefing that I'll be in tomorrow at 1 p.m. So I'll be doing updates all day tomorrow. Y'all have my full attention. So I'll be all on social media tomorrow. So once again, we are in area 2. So can y'all see my little mouse with the little blue circle? I'm going to be pointing this out as I talk. So we are in the area 2. So the earliest start is about 8 p.m. And then the most likely will be about 9 to 10 p.m. and ending by 11 p.m. These storms are going to be fast and furious. They are not going to last long. This is why it's more of a wind threat, is because of how fast this system and these storms are going to be moving. So once again, the timing is going to be about 9 to 10. I'll show y'all on Radar Omega after this slideshow more about the timing. All right, let's get into impacts. So what you see right now is, yes, it's probably like, whoa, what is all of this? This is our tornado threat, which has increased just a smidgen. You'll notice the different color zones on the map representing tornado potential. So Sumner County is kind of smidgen right on the yellow and the brown. What does yellow mean? What does brown mean? You might ask. So the yellow is a 10 to 15% range, whereas the brown is the 5 to 9% range. And when I throw those probabilities at you, you're probably like, oh my goodness, that is so much chance of a tornado. I kind of look at it, see, with the yellow being a 10%, think of it as a 90% not going to happen. That I figured that kind of eases off your storm anxiety because it's a kind of huge number of not going to happen. But I want to emphasize something here. Don't really get too focused on exactly where these lines are drawn, because this map represents probabilities, not exact storm. Kind of like, oh, it's going to exactly hit you. That's very rare. Tornadoes do not follow map boundaries. So, plain and simple, everyone needs to be weather aware. All right. This is the main threat, and this is why my concern meter is, don't shoot me, but right now it is a 5, and it's mainly because of these damaging winds. So in this particular setup, damaging winds may actually be the biggest concern. And right now we are in this red shading, which indicates a 30 to 44% probability of severe wind coming at us. And the pink is about 45 to 59%, which means this is a strong signal from forecasters that's going to probably happen. So these storms can produce wind gusts over 60, 75, maybe 80 miles per hour, which is strong enough to knock down trees, power lines, and scatter damage. And I guarantee you we probably will have some power outages. I don't think it, I know, don't shoot me, I don't think it's going to be weeks worth like the ice storm, but I said that last time and Mother Nature made me a little humble. But I feel like with storms like this, power outages are not long lasting like ice storms are. So even without tornadoes, these severe thunderstorm winds can cause serious impacts. I believe it was 2023, and I can't remember when the other event was. We had 80, almost 90 mile per hour winds that came in Sumner County, and the damage was almost equivalently to a low end tornado. So when the National Weather Service issues, I'm not going to say if, because I know for sure we probably will have a severe thunderstorm warning tomorrow. There are several different counts of severe thunderstorm warnings. There's the base one, then there's the considerable damage one, and then there's the destructive one. The destructive severe thunderstorm warning will actually alert your phone just like a tornado warning. And that's the one that you need to really take into consideration just like a tornado warning. All right. Another thing is, y'all probably know that I know this slide is kind of blurry. I'm sorry. This is the best picture I could get. I need to get another one, find another one soon. But you probably saw all those dashes. And you're like, okay, why is it kind of hatchet? The new Storm Prediction Center has come up with a new outlook. And don't get me started on it because it's so confusing. And I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. But we are under the intensity level 1 for the tornado threat and the wind threat. So when you see these little hatchet areas, you see like right here, the little dotted lines are a level 1, like complete lines are level 2, and then the kind of pattern looking one is a level 3. We don't have those, but we have this little dotted line. So that would be the intensity level 1. So what they really look at are, because we're in that with the tornado intensity, regionally max a EF2 tornado. And because how the line is going to be, these tornadoes are going to be, I feel like, quick spin ups because of how fast these winds and how fast these storms are going to be moving. And this is when the pink gusts are going to be about 74 miles per hour or more. So that's what we're really looking at. I really kind of don't want to explain it because I can go into it and make y'all more confusing, and I don't want that. So I'm going to go back and see how this is the wind, like those little dashes, and then the tornado dashes. So, all right. What are we looking at? This probably looks like Greek to y'all. But I kind of want to explain this to you because this kind of shows you this is a sounding. So when I say the National Weather Service sends up a weather balloon, this is the data that they get back from it. So I went on to one of the weather models and they do like a kind of forecast sounding. So this forecast sounding is for right on the edge of Hendersonville. So you might be looking at like, what is this? So it's kind of like a vertical slice of the atmosphere. And this is estimated around 9 p.m. tomorrow. So think of this like a medical chart for the sky. So instead of heart rate and blood pressure that we're measuring, we are measuring temperature, moisture, wind speed, wind direction, and instability. So all these ingredients will tell us whether storms can form and how dangerous they could become. So let's first look at this little section right here. See the little red line? That red line is the temperature, and this is how high it is up in the atmosphere. And the lower you are right here is where it is to the surface. So where the green line is, that is the moisture, or aka dew point. So when these lines are very close together, that means the air is going to be humid. So on the sounding, kind of near the ground, we see the temperatures are about 67 degrees with a dew point of 56. That means it's going to be fairly humid air in the place around 9 p.m., which I hate to say it, storms love. All right, so let's go down here where you can see where it says Cape. I know these words are kind of tiny, so it says Cape is kind of like gasoline for thunderstorms. So right now the chart is saying at the surface about 311. That means kind of, it's not huge, but it's enough for storms to get ready. And especially at night and wind shear is strong. This is kind of translation for you all. The atmosphere is not extremely explosive, but it's just enough energy to get storms organized. When you think of Cape and the amount, think of the 2011 outbreak or some other tornado outbreaks. The Cape is way in the like 1500. So that's kind of where you can look at, hey, Cape is not that high, but it's just enough to keep the storms going. But sometimes the low cape and strong wind shear can equal low end tornado. I just want to throw that in to say this. I feel like this setup right here is just it's typical for this time of year, but it's not at the same time. But all right, let's go to lifted condensation level or cloud base. So when we are looking at this, the LCL is at 761 meters, which means the cloud base will be around 2,500 feet above ground. For those that say, what is CAPE? CAPE is that basically storm fuel. It's gasoline for storms to get ready and stuff like that. So going back to lift LCL. So this means like the lower cloud base can help tornadoes, but think of it as a ladder. The ladder is kind of fairly low, but not completely low. All right. I think that is all I kind of really want to explain with the sounding. Because right now we do, when you look at the wind shear, which is over here, the wind chill, so near the ground, the wind will be about 20, but then up a few thousand feet will be 50 to 70 and higher up. So that's basically tells us very strong wind chill. So imagine stacking spinning plates. And the bottom plate spin one way, and then the top plate spins faster another way. So the storms moving through the environment can start rotating. And of course, these will be supercells. Someone asked me that I believe yesterday is if this system is going to be one big supercell. No, the line it's a line of cells. Some cells can be supercells. Some can only do damaging winds. Some can produce tornadoes, and some honestly could just be rain showers. So actually, I'll show y'all on radar kind of how long and how big this system's going to be because it's going to be like a line of showers and storms from Michigan all the way almost down to Louisiana and Florida. It is one big storm. So another thing I want to help ease y'all's storm anxiety is the tornado perimeter. And right now, it's not extremely high. And of course, this again is at 9 p.m. So, but it's not zero. But the environment could support tornadoes, but it's not extremely high. All right. Another thing is storm motion you can see on this sounding is storms will be moving quickly about 60 to 70 miles per hour. So you add that into how you add how the storm motion is going to be with the winds. That is why we are really more concerned with damaging winds. So say that line of storm is right west of Nashville, it'll reach Sumner in less than 30 minutes. That's just how quick these storms are going to be moving. And I bet you National Weather Service is going to be issuing large severe thunderstorm warnings because of how quickly these storms are going to be moving. All right. I'm going to go ahead and get past this. Another thing is with those winds, do not underestimate strong winds. So when those storms hit, I'd rather y'all be in your safest place, which would be inside in an interior room away from the windows. And I hope some of y'all prepared your homes by trimming trees and repairing loose sidings and shutters and all today. Tomorrow you probably have till about, I want to say 4 p.m. I know it's so southern, but it will definitely help. All right. We are on the day before, well, we're almost the day of. So here's adjust your plans. Make sure your phone can receive the wireless emergency, which I'll be talking about in just a few minutes. I kind of really want to go ahead and talk about day of because we really are almost at the day of. So, of course, remind your family of the communication plans, know how to get safely from wherever you are. Remember, a warning when a warning is issued, you may only have seconds to take action. And some of you might not know the difference between a watch and a warning. So a watch is be prepared, a tornado is possible. I really do think we will have a tornado watch. I I don't see why we wouldn't, just to cover everything. But hold me to that, and we'll see tomorrow. Let's see if I can predict that. Cause shoot, if I can predict that, give me Powerball numbers and see if I can win the lottery. So this is when you need to check your forecast updates, monitor the sky conditions, and know when, where, and when to take shelter. So when a warning is issued, that means either a severe thunderstorm or a tornado is happening. So the National Weather Service really likes to do a tornado warning is when radar shows very close rotation or a storm chaser is out there saying, hey, we're seeing a rotating wall cloud. We are seeing a funnel cloud about to reach the ground. That is when a tornado warning is issued. So you might need a little more help. I thought, why not add all of this? So we got cupcake watch. So you got all the ingredients ready to make a cupcake, but you don't have the cupcake yet. So then you get over here and there's a cupcake warning. So you have the cupcake ready to eat. So I always love this. Or you can, there's another one that's like taco watch and taco warning. That actually helped me when I was younger. Really know what the difference between watch and warnings are. All right, here are several ways to receive a warning. Some of you have the NOAA weather radio, which you can get at Lowe's, Home Depot, Amazon. I'm trying to think, I think Walmart might have them. And I'll put, they are about $30. And I'll put tomorrow where you have to like program them into the Nashville frequency. I'll put that up for you all. Turn into your local TV or radio people. I know they'll be on it all the time. Wireless emergency alerts and weather apps. I know it says outdoor sirens, but Sumner does not have any sirens. The closest are Goodlettsville and I believe Lebanon and 109 are the closest that have the outdoor sirens. Of course, internet sites with the National Weather Service, and then from your friends, family, and coworkers, aka me. So I found where we can, when we talk about the wireless emergency alerts, this is for iPhones. So for those that have iPhones, you go to your notifications and then scroll all the way down to the very end where you know where you turn on like Amber alerts and public safety alerts and test alerts and all that. You will turn on your emergency alerts. Make sure they're on, and that will wake you up. Trust me. Of course, I'll put all of this on my Facebook page later on. And for those that don't have iPhones, you have Androids, you go to your notifications, and then you go to your advanced settings, and then go all the way down to wireless emergency alerts, and then you go to your severe threats. I have an iPhone, so I'm glad that they have this because if someone would have asked me, okay, I got an Android, how do you do this? Yeah, I would not know. So once again, I'm probably flying through this. So I'm going to put all this on Facebook later on tonight and tomorrow as well. All right, another thing is weather call. You can scan this QR code and sign up. It is $15 a year, but what you get is a personal call from me saying, "This is meteorologist Mackenzie Lowe. There is a tornado warning for your area." And you get to hear my awful voice saying, "Take cover." So it sends you calls, it sends you text messages and emails, and you can say you're a couple, and you can sign up. The wife can sign up, and the husband can sign up under that $15 a year. Also, this say Hendersonville and Gallatin are under a tornado warning, and Portland isn't. Those that are under weather call in Portland will not get a call because you're not under the polygon. All right, is a QR code for social media accounts. See, I have Facebook, I got X, I got Blue Sky, I got Instagram, which I haven't used in a while, that I'm going to try to get on more. So if you want to go ahead and scan this, you can follow me on all of those. It also will take you to my website, which I actually finally put the radar on my website. So it's an active radar. You can go on to my website and see that. I'll be posting a blog probably after this that will go in more details all about this. All right, for those that are new, I kind of wanted to really kind of explain to you what Sumner Severe is. I am part of the T-Spotter program with the National Weather Service, so I work with the National Weather Service, and I am trained and certified through the National Weather Service to help basically translate from what they say in the chat to you all, because when the storm comes, they're focused on the radar and they need reports. So this is where it's a teamwork from the public, the T-Spotters, and the National Weather Service. Is when y'all see damage reports, when y'all see trees down, hail, flooding, a funnel cloud, let's see, trees blocking roads, etc., etc. If y'all could take photos safely and with a location and send it to any of these T-Spotters, we send it to the National Weather Service and it helps them say, "Hey, this hail is great, is about 2 inch size hail, so we gotta up the severe thunderstorm warning to destructive," or yada yada. So it really helps the National Weather Service for that. And so these accounts have specialized training, and some of us are actually professional meteorologists, and some of us are degree. See, I went to Mississippi State, got my degree in meteorology, and I am in grad school right now at Mississippi State. So I'm one of those professional degree meteorologists. And this training allows us just to help you all. And if this, I know this little, it's actually really not updated. I don't know when the last thing is updated because it has my old logo and it doesn't have Elijah that does down here in southern Tennessee. And of course, you got these National Severe guys. So some people ask us, they're like, "Hey, are y'all the same thing as the National Severe guys?" Yes, I am. Another thing is, I want to tell y'all to follow the. I always say follow the counties to your west because most than likely that weather comes into Sumner. So Robertson would be Robco Severe WX would be his Twitter. I don't think he has Facebook. I think he only, sorry, X, not Twitter. I think he only has X. Nashville guys, I feel like they mainly, I don't know if they updated their Facebook yet or not, but they mainly do X and their website. Of course, they go live if a thunderstorm warning is issued, which I will as well. I'll also do a live radar loop and then I'll jump in if needed tomorrow. So another one you could do is Cheatham County, Montgomery County as well. So those are the few I would go ahead and say follow, just so you're ahead of the game. And another thing is there's several different Facebook pages out there. I want to let y'all know these are the only ones that are really that not really. These are the only ones that are really certified and can say we are National Weather Service trained. But all right, I think I am done with that slideshow, and I'm going to do what everybody wants me to do and show y'all the radar model. Let's see. All right, we are on Radar Omega, and I'm going to show y'all. I don't believe the 00Z models have came out yet. Let's see. Let's see how far. Actually, let's see if it'll take it as to the event. I'm going to zoom out a little bit and let it load. Up here is where you'll be able to see the timing. So I'm going to show y'all a little bit when the timing is. We're going to go all the way. Oh, went too fast for me. All right. I'm actually going to zoom out and show y'all how big this system is. See this? Yeah, that's the system. And see this long line that goes basically from Michigan all the way down? Yeah. So it is one big system. So, all right, let's zoom in and go to 7 p.m. As you can see up here, we are at 7 p.m. So it looks like it'll be knocking on the Mississippi River at 7 p.m. 8 p.m. All right, Tennessee River by 9 p.m. Actually, this has slowed it down. So this is 10 p.m. right through Sumner County about 11 p.m. And then 12, so midnight right there. And then 1 a.m. And then you see this little line that's coming in right about 2 to 3. I don't believe, I think it's one of those other setups where this first line right here is going to be the main event. And we'll take all the ingredients that the atmosphere has and just take it away. And it'll just be heavy rain afterwards. So I'm going to keep this here. If I play it, I think it might be too fast. Let's see. If not, then I'm just going to leave it right at that time. And then I'm going to answer all y'all's questions. Sorry, guys. I tried to keep it under 30 minutes. But I think I got carried away with the sounding. And I just wanted to do this calm and collective for you guys. And say there's nothing really to stress about. We've always been through this. So, all right. I'm just going to keep this at 11. And I'm going to zoom in so y'all can see where everything is, and then I'm gonna go through. All right, sorry. Oh, I got a ton of questions. All right. Is there a strong chance for a tornado in Hendersonville? There is a chance, but it's, I fully believe over here, like in Paris, Clarksville area, Jackson area, have more of a chance than we do. And with the sun kind of going down, that also helps. Okay. Do I think it's going to get super bad? I don't. My gut feeling, yes, right now my concernometer is a 5 out of 10, but that's mainly because of how these damaging winds can be. We are all doomed. No, we're not. We'll get through this. Will they be sending weather balloons up all day tomorrow? I know they'll do one at 6 a.m. and then I fully believe they'll do one. They might do one at 1 p.m. but I bet you they'll do 6 p.m. and then I bet you they'll do one right before the line gets, probably when the line is in Clarksville area. I bet you they will get it before it hits Nashville just to see what the atmosphere is like. Of course, then I'll add all the data for that. No, Sumner County has not done anything about storm shelters this year. It's a long, long, long system we have to go through. I feel like it's years in the coming. So now, probably, if you ask me that in 5 years, I probably will say the same thing. We're trying. I know the National Weather Service is trying to get more storm shelters, get more, but I feel like it needs to be on the high priority list, but I feel like it's not. All right. My concern meter has not gone up past 5. It's still a 5 right now. Yes, for those that live in mobile homes, I would definitely recommend y'all to find friends or family that live in a sturdy home to sleep. Have a slumber party and have a storm watch party. But yes, I would definitely highly recommend that. And I know that several areas around Hendersonville and more and Gallatin as well. The Cape tomorrow. Actually, I'm gonna see if I can pull up the Cape on here. We're doing surface space, and since it's a 00, okay, here we go. So it looks like it really heats up about 8 p.m. and I am going to. Here we go. I'm going to put this. So right here is where you can see. And remember, this is based on one weather model. There's hundreds that the National Weather Service looks at, but I really like the HER model or HRRR model. So let's see. It looks like right before the line gets here, it just stays around 360. And as I said before, we really, for a tornado outbreak, it needs to be 1,500. Well, 1,000 to 15. So I don't see the Cape being too high on that. Yes, can you please take back the tornadoes? Yeah, I would say the tornadoes follow me as well. I was hit in the 2020 March 3rd, 2021 in Hermitage. I was in the Joplin tornado. I was also in the Hendersonville tornado. So yeah, I guess meteorology and weather is in my blood. I was also born within 90. This is going to date me in the 93 storms, March 1993 snowstorm. I was born during that. um, so yeah, my birthday's soon. So yep. Actually, I think that snowstorm. Yeah, it's the 14th. So I believe the snowstorm was getting ready to happen in 1993. So yeah. All right. What about an apartment? For an apartment, I would see if the main office would let you stay over there while the storms are passing, or if you know the neighbors that are on the first floor, that would be the best thing. Or if you have family or friends that live in a regular house, I would go over there. Motel would be good, yeah. That would definitely be good. A break apartment, it depends on what level, what floor you're on. My I'm on the second floor of my apartment, and I'll go down because I'll go down to the first floor when I'll be bringing my little desk and all, not little desk because it's a huge desk. I'll be setting up downstairs. All right. What is the probability? Let me see. I might have to. I think I went ahead and deleted that, or not deleted, but I took out that slideshow. So let me do our weatherwise. Here we are, weatherwise, and I'm going to go ahead and do our probability. Here we go. Zoom in. So tornado, 5% to 10%. I'm just going to say 10%, just even though it's right on that line, but remember, tornadoes do not follow that line. And then wind is a 30% chance. So once again, I do feel like it's going to be mainly damaging wind threats. The National Weather Service are more concerned about winds than they are about tornadoes. Okay, so one level. Okay, if you're at the bottom of the apartment complex, yes, I think you would be safe just being in the most inner part of the apartment. But if you can, I would. True. It would be 10 or 11 o'clock. And I'm, I think one time my apartment complex actually left the office open, like the main area of the office open. This is why I think all apartment complexes should have storm shelters. And once again, that costs a lot of money. All right. I think that is all the questions. If anyone else, um, if I miss y'all's questions, I am so sorry. Let's see. Okay. I am not seeing any other. I know. I'm sorry, guys. I tend to talk nonstop. So I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Because what I'll probably do, you know what? I'm going to probably plan on doing another live Q&A. Um, I'm going to try and see if I can do it about 5 o'clock tomorrow. Just to make sure everybody's ready. And then once again, I will do that live loop. Oh, before I get off, is anyone's like, is it lagging a little bit? Is sound good? I'm streaming on all three of the Facebook, YouTube, and X. Last time I did that, it cut me off on Facebook and it was really messing up. So I started doing just Facebook for a little bit. So I wanted to make sure the winds will be coming from the south at first. That will be bringing in all upping up the dew points and temperatures and getting the atmosphere kind of prime for severe weather. And then, okay, good. I just, I'm also going to go buy, because I have Verizon internet. I'm going to go buy and see. I need to get a new box, anyways, too. So I just want to make sure everything was good to go. Is there any other? Let's see. Will the winds tear up a home? Depends on how the home is built. That's the thing is homes. That's another rate on how tornadoes are rated are based. I know the tornado scale says winds and all that, but it's really rated based on the damage of a home or any kind of buildings. And I really think they need to update the scale of the Fujita scale more accurately and all, because there's a few tornadoes I think that should have been EF5s. Thank you all. Thank you for trusting me to translate weather to y'all. I hope I've done it in a calm way. I don't want y'all stressing out. That does no good. As meteorologists always say, be prepared, not scared. I know, I feel like every meteorologist says that. And it really does. The more prepared you feel, the less storm anxiety. But trust me, I know storm anxiety. I've had it when I was younger. And I feel like that's why God's blessed me with the knowledge of weather and the passion for weather, because I've turned that fear into something that can help others and passion. So, did you go to your safe place, Darren? When should you go to your same place? If you're talking about like, I feel like you need to go to your safe place right when the storms are knocking around Nashville. If the safe place is close to your house. If the safe place is like a couple miles away, I feel like once the storms are knocking on the Tennessee River line, I feel like y'all need to. So about 6, 7 o'clock, I feel like you need to be. 8 o'clock's pushing it, I feel like. But if you are going to be away from your house by several miles, I would say 7 at the latest. Going through, making sure I had done all y'all's questions. Because I don't want someone to be like, well, she didn't answer my question. So if I didn't put it on put it on a post, because I'll be on social media for a while. I'm probably not going to bed till about 2 or 3. So I'm a night owl. So I sleep during the day, or I'll sleep when I'm dead. That's what they say, right? Okay, Jessica is the bathroom. Yeah, you should be good. I always say too, if there's a warning issue for the county to your immediate west, then go ahead and get in your safe place. And of course, I'll be on. I'm gonna try and do X, YouTube, and Facebook tomorrow. Prayers and fingers crossed that it will work and no lagging. And also with, I guarantee we'll have power outages. So I'm gonna try and do most of the live stream on my hotspot, especially when the storms are closed. I'm going to switch over to my hotspot so you guys do not lose me. If not, then I'll switch to streaming on my phone, and y'all be able to see what I can. I'll try doing it through my phone. I'm not going to leave y'all hanging. I'm going to be here with y'all. So, all right, I'll probably keep talking if I can for the next hour. So I'm going to I don't see any other questions, so I'm going to let y'all go. I know I probably said that about 10 times already. But go ahead and get a good night's sleep tonight. We'll get through this. I'll probably I'm going to do a blog. I'll go into more detail and like a shorter, hopefully shorter summary of all of this. I'll update again when day one comes out about 1 a.m. Y'all be able to see, if you're already in bed, y'all be able to see that update early in the morning. I'm going to update again about, I'm going to try 8 a.m. if I'm up. And then I'm going to do it again once I'm out of the meeting with the National Weather Service about 1. And then I'll be constant from there. It depends on if it's, sorry, it will depend on if it's a destructive severe thunderstorm warning, which is one of the highest. They now have different categories for severe thunderstorm warnings. I don't think we'll get destructive, but because that will set off your phones just like tornado warnings. But I say go ahead and be like in your innermost interior room. I would go ahead and be there when the storms are about Clarksville, Springfield area, if it's close. Like if it's a tornado, I would. I really think, yeah. I'm just thinking because I don't want to be like, hey, get in, and then rather safe than sorry. But I would. I just don't think winds will be that. Of course, Mother Nature might humble me again on that. So, all right, I'm literally am gonna about to log off. So, y'all get rest. I'll see y'all tomorrow. We'll get through this like we always do. Thank you, thank you, thank you to all of you for trusting me, tuning in, following. Also, real quick, be sure to share any of the posts because, especially on Facebook, because Facebook likes to hide posts. So be sure all the posts that I put out or video, etc. Be sure to share them. Share the page as well. Make sure all your friends and family that live in Sumner, even Robertson and Macon and Trousdale County, because whatever weather is in Sumner typically goes